Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to integrate the Paytm payment gateway inside your website using PHP language. So let me just show you a short little demo which we will be building here. You will see there is a simple form which will have these fields: order ID, customer ID, industry type ID, channel ID, and the transaction amount. You can just change this to 3 here, 3 rupees, and click on submit. As you click submit, it will redirect you to the official Paytm website where you can process this transaction. So here we are just making this as a test environment. This is not a production application. So here amount to be paid, it's 3. Here is your name here. This is a transaction ID. If I click this Paytm wallet, this will provide me this test number by which I can test this application. So you can go to your dashboard, your business account of Paytm, and here inside your API key section, if you go to testing documentation, then it will provide these test card details, also this test wallet details also. This is a mobile number that I'm using here, 10 digits 7 times, and if you click this proceed button, it will send you a OTP, and the OTP will be equal to this 489871. So here you can just provide these details, 489871, and if you verify this, you will see this is not the original balance. It provides you fake balance so that you can try out the transaction as a test purpose. You can see if I click pay 3, it will redirect me to the success page, that is your payment is successful. This is just for testing purposes. If you want to move your application to a production level application, then you will obviously use your original card details or wallet details. So in this way we will be building this application in PHP. So let's get started. So all the source code of this tutorial is given in the video description. I have written a complete step-by-step blog on this topic. So you can go to the video description and go to this blog. I will be following this blog for the source code. So you can see, just copy paste it, click the copy button to create files. And also at the bottom I have given the GitHub link where you can see download source code. If you hit this button, you will be redirected to the GitHub repository. Here you can either click on this code button and download the zip file directly. Now to get started, I am using exam control panel for my local server in PHP. So let me just create a new folder here inside htdocs. So mkdir, and this will be Paytm project. If I cd into this Paytm project, and if I open Visual Studio Code text editor, so the very first thing that we will do is that we will create our form where we will submit information. So right here inside root directory, create your index.php file, and for this we will use some bootstrap. So you can just paste the CDN here. So let me just change the title to Paytm payment gateway in PHP. So after changing the title, we will be having a simple form. So for this I will just copy paste the code because this video will be long if I type whole code here. So I will just tell you the concept. So here we are having a simple form here. So let me copy paste all these things inside this body tag. So paste it. So you can see we have a simple form. It is we are using a post method to submit this form. The action will be pg redirect.php. So this file we will create, and inside this first we have the order ID, which we have dynamically generating here with the help of this random function. So every time you land to the page, the order ID will be different. The customer ID will be static. It is equal to CUST001. So you can change this customer ID accordingly. Then we have this industry type ID. You can also change this to anything. Let's suppose I change this to web. The default value is fill. You can just change to anything. Then comes the channel ID. this needs to be set to web here. So this is a mandatory that you set this to web. And then this is the transaction amount. So 1 rupees is the transaction amount. And then we are setting a callback URL. So whenever the transaction is over, the Paytm will redirect to this URL, that is http localhost paytmkit success.html. So we will create this file also. So this file, you will see the type attribute is hidden. So this input field will not be seen by the user. So it will be hidden by default. And then we have a simple button to submit the form. So basically, if I open this now, you will see, if I type here localhost Paytm project, so you will see this is our form here: order ID, customer ID, industry type ID, channel ID, and transaction amount. You can change these values accordingly. And the last field, the callback URL, is not seen because it is hidden by default. You can see input type hidden. So now what we can do is that we can create this file pgredirect.php, but before that we need to get the credentials from Paytm. So just create a new folder here inside the root directory called as lib. And inside this, what we want to do is that I have given the step-by-step instruction here inside the block. So you need to create this config underscore paytm.php file. So create this file config underscore paytm.php. So it will hold all the credentials inside this file. So simply I can copy this and paste it. So here you need to replace your merchant key, merchant ID, and merchant website. All these details can be easily fetched inside your Paytm dashboard. And this Paytm environment is set to test environment. If you want to move to live, you can just change this values to PROD, which stands for production. So now to get these details, you can go to paytm.com, log in with your account, and go to API key section. And this is your test level details. So this will be different for you, so don't copy mine. So let me just, this is, I think, is the merchant ID. So just paste it here. And similarly, you can get the merchant key. So simply copy it. And here you need to paste it. And the last one is the website. So I think this value is constant for everyone. So this will be equal to web staging, but you can cross check. And anytime you need to move to production, you can click this section, and then it will be providing the same details, but it will be different for production. And now you can close this file. One other file we need to create inside this is, I have given, if you move down here, you need to create this encdec. Let me just create this file inside your lib folder, encdec underscore paytm.php. And right here you need to just click the copy button and paste it here and close this file. And right here we will create this pg redirect file here, which will be, the user will redirect after you submit your form. Pg redirect.php. So all the code is given here. So if you drag down, you will see this file pg redirect. Yes, this is a file. So click on the copy button and simply paste it here. Paste the values. So basically inside this file we are fetching all the details that we have submitted through the form. We are getting the order ID, customer ID, industry type ID, channel ID, and the amount, text amount here that needs to be paid. And then we are also getting the hidden field, which is callback URL. So then we are making this param list array here, and then we are passing this param list array right here to generate our checksum, which is very much important for Paytm. And also we are passing our Paytm merchant key also. And then we are generating this checksum. So this is a checkout page for the merchant here. So here you will land here. It will say please do not refresh this page. After Paytm verifies that the information is correct, then it will submit this form for you automatically. And after this, we also need to create a separate file which will be pg response dot php. So basically this will be the response which will be coming back from the Paytm if your information is correct. If you drag down, you will see this file pg response.php. Simply copy this and paste it here like this. So we are requiring these libraries lib config paytm.php and this file also. And one other file you need to create, guys, simply drag down, you will see text and status here. Let me just create this file also. So these are all the files which are pre-written by Paytm. So this is not any code that I have written. So these comes all inside the Paytm PHP SDK. So you need to write this code. This is mandatory for every Paytm transaction. So we have all these files. Let me just cross check. Inside index.php file, we have missed some code here, right here at the top, that we need to write. So right here, we need to write these PHP codes. Simply I can copy this and once again write this, paste it here. So you will see at the very top we are writing this PHP headers here. This needs to be added here for the Paytm transaction to be available. So now the application is complete. So if I rerun the application, if I submit this form, you will see, please do not refresh this page, and it will redirect to the Paytm website where you can process this transaction. If I click the Paytm wallet, this is the transaction. This is a number that provide for testing purposes. If I click proceed, then the OTP received will be, you can see the OTP as well. So if you click the testing documentation, you will see in the test wallet details the OTP will be 489871. So we can see 489871. Click on verify and then it will have your balance 45,000. So this is fake balance just for testing purposes. If I pay, now it will see your callback URL. That is, I think I am not testing. Sorry guys, this needs to be Paytm project. Sorry, this needs to be Paytm project. And also I need to change this callback URL which I have defined here. Yes, I need to change this to Paytm project directory name. So right here we need to define our own success.html file inside this success.html. So once the transaction is complete, we need to write a simple success message for the user that your transaction is complete. So I can just change the title of the page to Paytm payment gateway in PHP. So right here, nothing, we will just create a container class of Bootstrap, and inside this we will have two break tags, and then we will have a simple heading in the center position that your transaction is transaction is complete. That's it. So now if I again refresh this, just right click, inspect element. After you make any sort of change, you need to clear out the cache here like this, empty cache and hard reload, so that the changes will take place. If I again submit, you will see it will redirect me to the pgredirect.php page, and then I can select this number again, proceed. The OTP was 489871. So if I verify, you will see the balance. Click on pay, and now it will redirect me to the success page that your transaction is complete. So in this easy way, you can integrate the Paytm payment gateway inside your website in using PHP language using their PHP SDK. So this is a step-by-step tutorial that I showed you, very easy, and you can download all the source code from my blog, which is given in the video description. And please hit the like button, please subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you next tutorial.